One of those causing a stir at the UN General Assembly meetings is Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi, who's in the U.S. for the first time since he seized power 40 years ago, and weeks after he gave a hero's welcome to the bomber who killed 270 people 20 years ago, that Pan Am flight at Lockerbie. There are a lot of Americans who think that Gaddafi should not have a place to pitch his tent, and we mean that literally. ABC's John Berman has the story.
Muammar Gaddafi. He's been called the mad dog of the Middle East, a past sponsor of terrorism, tied to the bombing of Pan Am 103. And now, he's trying to camp out in Donald Trump's backyard. There were no parking signs as they prepared a tent for Gaddafi at Trump's 213-acre Seven Springs estate in the posh New York suburb of Bedford, home to the likes of Martha Stewart. The world's third longest-serving head of state, Gaddafi travels with a Bedouin tent. That's how he rolls. He pitched it in the middle of Rome, Brussels, even the Kremlin. Over the years, George Stephanopoulos and Barbara Walters have been inside. But finding a willing plot for his tent on this trip has not been easy. First, he tried Central Park, but was rejected. Then Englewood, New Jersey, but there was a huge uproar. Many of the victims of Pan Am 103 hailed from New Jersey, and residents were outraged over Gaddafi's embrace of the just-released bomber. Then the Libyans, posing as Dutch diplomats, tried to rent a New York townhouse from broker Jason Haber.
They knew there was a roof deck, so I imagine they could have tented that if they wanted to.
That's when they settled on Bedford and the Trump estate, apparently to the surprise of the Donald. Trump's spokesman said the property was leased on a short-term basis to Middle Eastern partners who may or may not have a relationship with Gaddafi. We're looking into the matter now.
It's not like this town is rolling out the red carpet. The county executive called Gaddafi a terrorist and said flat out, he's not welcome here.
And last night, the town lawyer issued a stop work order on the tent because it had no permit as a temporary resident. So what's with the tents anyway? Well, Gaddafi apparently doesn't like elevators. Maybe he needs to accommodate the legion of female bodyguards he likes to bring with him. Maybe he needs the space for all the outfits. And maybe that was the attraction to Bedford. Maybe the stylish so-called mad dog of the Middle East wanted to be close to Martha Stewart. For Good Morning America, John Berman, ABC News, Bedford, New York.